let's do a few questions, and if I want to think of some other stuff.
Okay. We'll get to the chair. Are you sitting with me? Okay, good. It works. We'll start right here. See if she has a good question.
Yes, you in the shirt.
No pressure.
What's the most annoying thing a fan can do or has done?
You just did it.
I have 2 questions.
That's too many.
Yes, but still, how much money did they pay Ricky to say, I want to go dance naked?
How much money did they pay him to say that one thing? I wasn't in my department. I too much, probably.
Another thing, what is it like knowing that there are hundreds of fangirls out there that would most definitely, if they could, tie into their bed and rape you?
There's no key ones there.
Now that InvaderCON is canceled, what have you been doing for work and stuff?
What have you been doing? Stuff. I got in my car, I drove home, and I've been home. After it was canceled, I went home, and I've been there since. I finished some poker games. I've been slowly working over this boy. Yeah. A lot of games. No, a lot of what I've done for the past couple of years is stuff that people really get to see. Some of it is like film development stuff, things that usually most of it never pans out. I did some work on a heavy metal movie that was going to happen at some point, but I had 2 segments in a proposed heavy metal movie that David Fincher was producing, and it was doomed. It just had it was adult animation in America, and it's an anthology thing, so all things incredibly unfriendly for the audiences around here. So I did a lot of work on that. That took several months of my life, but nobody sees anything of that because it just didn't happen. I've done a lot of writing for various other books and stuff. I've done work for something actually we're going to show later on today for another animation studio, stuff that isn't mine, but I just designed, visual design stuff. A lot of stuff, but mostly games.
All right, I have a question, and but before I ask it, please don't name me, please don't bludgeon me or any of that. Just
I already know where this is going.
out of pure curiosity, out of the purest of curiosity, what is your opinion on bronies?
Don't be rude. Next question.
I was talking to somebody the other day, and
what is his opinion on brownies? My little
and I had mentioned that to them, and they said if you had one, that you might start singing once more with feeling. Is that true? Are you also a fan of Josh? And if you are, have you ever worked with him? Have you thought about combining? Because with your sense of humor and your talent, the 2 of you together could do some amazing stuff. And I know he's into comics right now, and I can just imagine what the 2 of you could produce.
Joss Whedon. I wouldn't say that I am a Joss Whedon guy, but there are things he's done that I love. Like, I'm a huge Firefly fan. anytime there was any like personality or weird jokes in the Avengers, I love that stuff. Where a personality shines through. Like the bit with the guy playing, what was it? Was he playing like a guy or something? Little things like that. More so than a CG thing, punching a CG thing where I just my brain shuts off. Little bits of personality. He's amazing with that kind of stuff. But I was a big Bucky fan. Well, I don't know if he's pushing the envelope so much as he's incredible at getting his personality through your project, which is rare, especially in something like a superhero movie where you're adhering to all these other things, predefined, this has to happen, this character has to behave like this and this and this, but you've got a lot of humor and stuff into that, and that was great. So I dig what he does, but I love everything he does. I doubt that his, I don't know if he has, if there was like, I'd like to team up with Josh or anything. He said he does such a thing, you know what I mean? He does his own thing, I do mine as my kid.
Have you ever had a dream with any of your creations? And if so, describe it.
Honestly, no. I think I've had dreams inspire bits and pieces of things that I work on eventually. But for the most part, no. I don't remember most of my dreams. It's just kind of one of those weird things that in a way. But no, I've never dreamed that I was flying around in space with Zen, or murdering people with Jhonen or anything like that.
On the rare occasion that you do a voice for Zen, or as an extra or something, you usually do it under the name Mr. Scola. I know that there's a full name, but I'm not even going to try and pronounce that because I know I'll mess it up.
It's Kanker.
Okay. Is there a story behind where that name came from?
I just love tapeworms. That's where that comes from. I'm fascinated by parasites. I think it's really neat.
Your thoughts on limited romance?
A couple of thoughts, not like outright, horrible things to say. And not directly related to that, but I was watching, I didn't go to this last InvaderCON thing, the first one, and I watched, I couldn't get through all of it, but I watched some video of the crew, the voice actors, reading through one of the Emperor's scripts. And all you could hear during this episode were girls going, so it really, I mean, I knew this before, but it really just sort of put a spotlight on how so many of the fans are watching the show wrong. It's possible to watch a show wrong. They say that once you make something, it's no longer yours, it's in the hands of whoever interprets it. Also wrong. Because, the major tenets of the show are sarcasm, cruelty, and violence. Affection, and, warm, fuzzy things, anything that would inspire, it's not in the show. It's just not in the show. So when you're responding to that in that way, you know there's something wrong with that. So maybe the show will try to say a large portion of broken people.
Hello, Jhonen. I was wondering, how did you come about working with mindless self-indulgence, and what was it like directing a music video?
Very fun.
What? Going on the other side.
They were fans of mine. I think mainly Jimmy was a fan. And they contacted me and asked, basically, it was just very straightforward. The fans were doing stuff, they were interested in doing a music video, I was fans of their stuff, I said, yeah, and it was, I didn't work directly, the band never really shows up in the videos. I don't work with them. I would just occasionally meet up with Jenny every now and then and go, here's what we're doing. So that's looking cool, and it was pretty smooth. There's no money in it. There's no money in it at all. It's just because, you know, we're mutual fans. But that's how it came about. It just emailed me.
Awesome, thank you. Okay.
I had seen that you are influenced by David Lynch, which is one of my favorites. In what way has he influenced you?
Just on the subject of dreams, everything of this is just like, I love anything where the behavior has a sort of controlled, unnatural feeling to it. That feeling that you get when you're in a dream, or that sort of Alice in Wonderland feeling of, this is just the way people behave in this world, but it makes no sense in the real world. It's just that we're trapped in this place with people who you can't understand. It's like being here. It's like, I don't get it. Mulholland Drive is one of my favorites. It's just some of the most terrifying stuff without being a horror movie. Like, I go to a horror movie and I'm never scared. I'll leave and I'll go, that was cool, or whatever. No one's going to kill this person. But that's not scary, because you're dead. There's nothing scary about someone being dead. You know what I mean? Being trapped in something that you don't understand and is horrifying because you don't know how people are going to react to this or what they're going to do to you, that's nightmarish. And he just is amazing at conveying that feeling. In Mulholland Drive, that scene, I was pointing this scene for like what I think of as horror. When you're in, what is the restaurant? It's like a Denny's or a Winkies or something. It's a Denny's, it's daylight, and it's two guys having a conversation about a dream that one of them had. And it's full daylight, it's a Denny's, and it's the scariest vibe of anything. Like a Denny's, you know? And I love that he can do that with very little, seemingly very little effort, just masterfully. Just as like this low frequency hum. There's this camera, what kind of hovering is that someone's watching them, and it's just the most normal situation in the world. But it's awful feeling, it's this creeping dread, and I love that you can do that.
What was your reaction when Nickelodeon came to you to make a show, especially after, the whole Jhonen controversy?
I thought it was cool. That's it. I answered this yesterday, but it was the opportunity to do something that I hadn't done, and I was a big fan of a lot of the stuff that they had done on TV, and I just thought, wow, I could do that. I didn't know if I could do it, I didn't know how it would turn out, but sometimes it's just kind of, it's cool to not think things through.
I read from your blog that you were a gamer. I was wondering if there was any specific type of games you prefer, or just...
I like all kinds of stuff. I generally don't like sports games. I'm not a big like football. But I do like racing games. I love racing games. Anything that's like highly competitive. I love platformers or shooters. I love everything. I'm like not one of those guys who are like, yeah, Call of Duty. I'm going to play RPGs or whatever. It's like, I prefer. Is this working? I prefer things to have kind of like an escapist sort of fantasy element to it, but I mean, I just played through Max Payne 3 and I was crazy for it. Everything. I'm very late to it, but I'm going through all the new co-op stuff in Portal with a friend of mine. I love puzzle games. I have my iPhone is all games. Just puzzle games, word games, everything. If it's done well. Or even if it's not done well, like go to Defense Force. It's like, I haven't played it.
Thank you.